Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Gloomy, rainy day here in New Jersey. Just want to welcome everyone that's new to our page. I'm Dr. Richard Lucente from Holistic Body Center. Today's topic is going to be 5 steps to getting healthy. So I'm just going to give you a quick background on what we do. So basically, myself and Dr. Robert Dugo, we run Holistic Body Center, which is a center that focuses on clinical nutrition. We use it to treat all types of disorders from high blood pressure, diabetes, children's disorders with ADHD. You name it, we treat it. We treat it naturally. We treat it with diet, exercise, and natural therapies. We have a great success rate, and we're just happy to be able to help the people in our community. We're located in Colts Neck, New Jersey, but we also do consulting over the internet and over the phone. So if you are interested, you can always contact us through Facebook, and we have a place where you can even make an appointment. You could schedule an appointment over the phone or in the office. So let's get started. 5 steps to getting healthy. So step 1 is detox. In my opinion, detoxing is the only way to start a healthy nutrition program. Detoxing removes all the bad stuff out of your diet and out of your life, and is the starting point for you to start replenishing what your body needs. So what is a detox? In my mind, a detox is not something that makes you go to the bathroom a lot through urine or through your stool, but a detox is a detox from sugar and processed foods. So a healthy detox begins with eliminating processed foods. What are processed foods? Processed foods are any food that has more than 1 or 2 ingredients. Anything that comes in a box and didn't come from the earth is a processed food. Processed foods are loaded with bad things like high fructose corn syrup, preservatives, artificial colors, artificial flavors. All of these things can destroy your gut and can destroy your body's mechanisms of getting healthy and detoxing. So your body has a natural way of detoxing. The way your body detoxes is through the cells, is through something called glutathione. Glutathione is the mechanism that your cells use to rid themselves of toxins. So in order to maintain healthy glutathione levels, you have to have a healthy diet. You have to be getting some of the essential vitamins and minerals, for example, magnesium, B12, and folate being some of the most important. So detox to me is ridding yourself of all of these things. So 1 is eliminate processed foods. 2 is eliminating refined sugar or sugar substitutes. Sugar substitutes just trick your body to thinking that things are sweet. It's been proven that diet foods do not actually help you lose weight. They actually over time will make you gain weight or not be able to lose weight. The other thing I want you to remove from your diet is grains for the first couple of weeks in a detox. Grains can, a lot of people are sensitive to them, and if you do not have a healthy gut, grains are going to make the situation worse, and we're going to get into that in a few minutes. The other thing that you want to eliminate is alcohol. You want to eliminate sugar. You want to eliminate processed foods. Okay, so these are the things that you have to eliminate in a detox. So what can you eat in a detox? So you can eat meats. You could eat, I recommend grass-fed or organic meats that are, from antibiotic-free, of course, and also free of growth hormones. So that's 1. So you can eat all types of green vegetables. I'm okay with potatoes on a detox. You could eat sprouted grains like Ezekiel bread. That's a good wholesome food. And you could eat certain types of fruits. So, and then we also have a detox tea that we have formulated that will be actually coming out soon that just helps get rid of some of the bloat and the excess water that's in your body. So when you do detox, you're going to notice that you lose a lot of body water. So when you are detoxing, you want to keep up with your fluid intake, and you want to add some Himalayan salt so that when you're losing water, you're not kind of washing out the level of sodium in your body. So you want to replace that with a good balanced salt that's not filled with sodium chloride, which is Himalayan salt or even sea salt. So step 2 to getting healthy is knowing your gut. I would say about 75% of people that we see are having issues with their gut. As I've stated in a lot of my talks before, your gut is where you absorb all your nutrients. It's where 80% or 75% to 80% of your immune system lies. And so a healthy gut is really important for your body to get healthy. Certain things we can do without having to do some expensive testing is just good probiotics that are varied, high quality refrigerated probiotics. There's healthy yeast supplements that you can take, like Saccharomyces boulardii, and also just creating an environment of health in your gut so that these good bacteria can kind of stick to the gut. If these measures don't work, and if you believe you have leaky gut syndrome, which is where you have toxins and food particles getting through the gut membrane because the gut is inflamed and not working properly, then we may have to do some testing, which is sometimes covered under insurance, sometimes it's not, but it's definitely worth it. And solving your gut issues will improve your health by tens of percent. So 80, 90, 100% of your improvement in your health just by getting your gut healthy. So it's also eliminating processed foods, which destroy your gut, eliminating sugars, which is, again, sounds similar to detox. So all of these things you want to do together, they work well to get your body in a healthy state. The third thing is food sensitivities. So the second phase of our plan after you detox is adding back foods a little bit at a time. So when you add foods that are healthy for you, you're not sensitive to, you're not going to have a reaction to it. And by a reaction, I mean you're not going to get bloated, you're not going to feel sick, and your bowel movements are not going to change, and you're going to continue to lose weight. So typically on a detox, people lose anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds a week. Sometimes it's more. Very, very, very rarely is it less than 2 pounds in a week. When we start adding back foods, we add back foods that are typically low allergy. Like we'll add back rice, we'll add back beans. We can add back some dairy, like some fermented cheeses, like Parmesan cheese or aged cheeses. So we add back one food at a time, and we see what happens to your body. If your body responds well and doesn't change, you're still feeling well, which people are going to feel great after a detox, then you can add that food back into your diet. If by any chance when we add back a food, which is typically in a lot of people, it's dairy or gluten, and you're going to notice that all of a sudden your symptoms come back. So if you have symptoms of fatigue, that comes back. If you have symptoms of bloating, that comes back. Constipation, diarrhea, whatever it may be, those symptoms will come back, or your weight loss will stop. All of a sudden you're losing 2 pounds a week, add back a certain food, and the weight loss just stops. So that's a sign of a food sensitivity. So it's important to know your food sensitivities. We do a complete panel of blood work that includes food sensitivities, but not all food sensitivities are picked up on the blood tests. The best way to pick up food sensitivities is to do an elimination diet, which is essentially detoxing and then adding back foods one at a time. So step 4 is know your modifiable risks. So what is your genetic predisposition? What are the things that your family members are challenged with? Are they challenged with diabetes? Are they challenged with cancer? Are they challenged with ADHD, chronic fatigue? Whatever it may be, you need to know what your risk factors are. We do about blood work tests, which 95% of the time are covered under your insurance. It's about a 15 to 20 page report that's generated, and we go through everything from your vitamin levels to your hormone levels to your liver function, kidney function, diabetes, adrenals, thyroid, testosterone, estrogen, All of these things we look at. We look at some of your modifiable genetic risks. So all of these things, you need to know your risks to know where you stand health-wise. If you have a tendency for hypertension or diabetes, then you need to know that. So your diet needs to be geared, and your lifestyle needs to be geared towards avoiding these risk factors. Many diseases have two components. They have a genetic component and they have a modifiable environmental component. So for example, there's many people who have smoked all of their lives and never developed lung cancer. That's because they probably do not carry the gene for lung cancer. But then there's people who smoke just a little bit and have the gene and end up with lung cancer. So that's just an example that there needs to be the genetic predisposition and then something in the environment that turns that gene on and off. A lot of times we can turn genes on and off through nutrition and through supplementation. So that's one of the things we focus on as well. And the last thing is exercise. Go to the gym. I see people for hours on the treadmill just exercising, and a lot of these people, they don't look like they're in good shape because they're going on a cardiovascular machine expecting to lose weight. Cardiovascular exercise is just that. It's good for cardiovascular health. It's not the best way to lose weight. Your exercise regimen needs to include stretching, it needs to include some cardio, and it also needs to include resistance exercise. Resistance exercise is one of the biggest things that you could do for your health. Now, you don't have to be a hardcore gym rat and go to the gym and lift heavy weights, but you need to do something, whether it's planks or wall squats or something that helps you, or Pilates, that helps you use your muscles. Your basal metabolic rate, which is your resting metabolic rate, is what your body burns at rest. When you're doing, for example, walking on the treadmill, you get a number of calories that you burn. So you could be on there a half hour and you burn 200 calories, which is the equivalent of eating like 2 cookies, maybe even 1. So, it's not really that effective calorie-wise to be on a cardiovascular machine expecting that you're going to burn all of these calories. The way to beat the weight loss, to trick your body into weight loss, is by increasing your metabolic rate. When you get older, your body naturally loses a certain amount of muscle tissue. As your muscle tissue goes down, your metabolic rate goes down, which is why people seem to gain 2, 3, 4 pounds every year, regardless of what they eat. If they don't change their diet, they're losing muscle, the metabolism goes down, and they gain weight. So the way you tip the scales the other way is to start adding muscle. You have to add resistance exercise. You have to use these muscles. Your basal metabolic rate is directly proportional to the amount of muscle tissue you have. So the higher the amount of muscle, the faster your metabolism is. That is the best way to lose weight, is through resistance exercise. Now, I'm not saying not to do cardio, but don't count on cardio for losing weight. It's not as effective as resistance exercise. So those are my 5 tips. We really look forward to consulting with you and seeing you in the office. If you have some questions and you want to reach out on Facebook, we've been more than happy to answer some of your questions. But again, we are located in Colts Neck, New Jersey. We do phone consults. We do over the internet consults similar to FaceTime or Zoom. And so wherever you're located, we can help you. We can work with your physicians. We can help you achieve the life that you want to live, which is a life of health, a life of happiness, and feeling well and feeling good about yourself. So everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a great and blessed week. Have a healthy week. Do things to improve your health and improve your life.